A Ruidoso police officer locked himself out of his apartment, but how he handled that situation landed him in handcuffs. KRQE investigative reporter Ann Perrette shows us what made his coworkers suspect he was lying.
It appears the officer wanted his coworkers to help cover up his mistake, but they saw right through his story.
Rita Theory Dispatch, this is Katie. How can I help you?
Hey, Katie, this is 622. I just got back to my apartment, and I think somebody broke in.
Oh, okay.
You can hear the surprise in the dispatcher's voice. The person calling for help is one of the Ruidoso Police Department's newest officers, Matthew Amezquita, who had been on the job just 6 weeks.
And the problems start there. It's crazy, family. I'm Trailhead Bill reporting live from South Florida. I'm home tonight, guys, in Miami, and sometimes I be forgetting I live in Miami, man. I'm going to tell y'all why I say that later if I remember. Listen, I already read the print article on this story, man, and it just gets more and more ridiculous as it goes. Humorous, but also shocking in my estimation, man. If you're new here, we watch the video, and then after the video is over, man, I talk until I'm done giving my opinion, man. The only thing that makes sense about this damn story is that it's in New Mexico, man. So before I talk y'all head off, man, I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of this while, and then y'all know what we're going to do after that. Let's see what they got going on in New Mexico.
As soon as I got down to where my apartment is, the door was wide open, and there's chunks of the door everywhere and stuff.
Oh, so they forced entry?
Yeah.
She sends officers to his home where they learn nothing's missing. One of a few reasons why Amezquita's coworkers start questioning if their trainee is telling the truth.
You know how long I've been doing this?
Many years, sir.
23. So I'm pretty good about reading situations. You know what I mean?
It's just after 7, last Tuesday morning, July 2nd. The department says Amezquita's training officer sent him home from work because he hadn't shaved. That's against policy. So Amezquita explained he stopped by Walmart to get a razor, but his card was declined. So he went home to use his electric razor instead. He shaved, left his apartment, and called his mom.
That's when I realized my body cam was still on the sink. I was going to come back down to get it, and the door was wide open.
Kicked in, Amezquita reported, but the timeline and narrative aren't making sense to the veteran detective. The police report notes neighbors didn't see anything, and the detective shows him the Walmart surveillance footage where Amezquita is pictured leaving with a bag in hand.
I bought a candy, but that's it.
You bought candy with your card?
With tap.
Okay. But you didn't use that to buy your razor?
No, sir.
He repeatedly requests Amezquita be honest with him.
I looked at the boot patterns. What do you think I saw there? Okay, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, man. But I need you to be straight with me. Okay? Why did you kick it? Were you locked out?
Yeah.
Amezquita admits he locked his keys in the apartment, so he kicked in his own door to retrieve them.
So I'm assuming maybe you thought, that you're going to have to pay for the door because you kicked it or what?
I knew that.
Yeah. I'm going to take this from you, okay?
Amezquita is stripped of his uniform, and he's charged with making a false police report.
Now keep in mind that this doesn't have to be the end of law enforcement for you, okay? This is a misdemeanor. It's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I couldn't have done this job when I was 21 years old, okay? I was 24 when I started, and I was barely at a level of maturity where I was ready, okay? So I don't want you to beat yourself up about this.
The officer losing credibility, but gaining a lesson in decency from his superior. Ann Perrette, KRQE investigates.
Amezquita lost his job. The Ruidoso Police Department tells us it plans to file a disciplinary report with the state, and that could result in the former officer losing his police certification.
I'm going to be honest with y'all, man, and tell y'all, the first thing that stick out about this story to me. Damn, I got a crush on Ann. I didn't realize it till, the end of the video when she was he lost something but learned a lesson, and, the way she said that was just so damn sexy. And then I went back and looked at a little picture and I read. Anyway, I just had to share that. The video is over if that's all you wanted to see. Thank you for joining us on that trip to New Mexico. You're welcome to leave now. Ain't nobody gonna get too much of no damn. But if you want to stay, man, come on, man. We got an open house here, man. And you're free to not only watch the video and hear my commentary, which is the only damn thing you're going to get from this point forward, but share your opinions in the comments, man. Even if you disagree with something I'm about to say, I got to say a lot. First and foremost, who's more responsible? This 21-year-old irresponsible ass? Oh, come on, man. Barney don't damn near know what the hell he doing. Y'all can't put Opie on the police force because y'all, what kind of excuse y'all got, Amarillo? I'm finna mess up the name of this police department for this entire damn video. I'm not even gonna try to get it right. Who the hell should be fired here? This gentleman, I'm gonna call him that for now, or whoever hired his ass. And then this detective gonna say, well, hell, you know, don't worry about how irresponsible you are. Hell, at 24, 3 years older than you were at the time when you right now, you know, when I started, hell, I was damn near badly ready to be out here too. Don't worry about this. It's not a big deal. Now, y'all know I love to try to act like I'm an objective person, so I could objectively make that same point to that young man, and I think it has some real life truth to it, man. You cannot jump off no damn bridges because you make some of the dumbest mistakes of your life, because if you let God walk you through them long enough, you're going to make a few of them motherfuckers, I'm telling you. And pray God you recover from most of them, man. And a lot of people have recovered from multiple stupid mistakes, man, and went on to live very blessed lives. So, you know, I can absolutely agree with that detective. But I think it's an extremist conversation where you say, we don't want to push young people or anybody to either extreme. We don't want them to over measure their mistakes, but we don't want them to under measure their mistakes either. So I didn't necessarily take to you, especially, you know, with the vantage point I and many have of American cops, I didn't necessarily take to you telling him, hey, it's not the end of your career in law enforcement. Don't make it a big deal. I've already told you why I 1,000% co-sign the sentiment and the message, not in such a responsible position, because I could also see this young, irresponsible ass terrorist, domestic coward murdering people for some of the same stupid ass reasons. Now let's get back to this story, and let me say this before I go too deep off the end, you know, too deep off of the deep end on cops and this gentleman, this young man in this story, man. Trust me, man. Half of y'all ain't gonna never even think about some of the dumb shit I done did in my life that God had to save me from. So I'm about to report on this story with that balance in my mind. I'm always cognizant of that, no matter what the hell I'm talking about. I can't talk about nobody that probably have been, I'm saying probably because y'all listening. When I talk to myself, that has been as stupid as I have. So I keep that in mind. I know who we are and whatever. But first and foremost, man, your ass don't even know how you supposed to shade to go to. I just don't think Opie should have been on the job, and I think this is the problem with American policing, whether it's because they're short staffed, understaffed, whatever the hell problem they got, man. Don't nobody want to be cops because we see who the hell y'all are and who you have to be, and we don't want to be associated with that wherever their logic and reasoning and rationale falls on that scale and measuring stick, I think too many times they fill their ranks with people who aren't positioned or trained psychologically, emotionally, as it pertains to maturity and adulthood, well enough to be in those positions. And then you send them out there, once again, with these military weapons to parade around our loved ones. And then they do it as dictators because they ain't got no damn sense. They would kick in their damn doors and lose their career before they tell the rent office or whoever the hell they got to report to that, hey, man, I locked my keys in there. I mean, 9 times out of 10, ain't them folks just gonna come and open the door? I've been back into, you know, I ain't gonna get, y'all can't get in my business and how I live, man. But, you know, when I did rent, man, I've had lost my keys in the damn joint before, fam. Or not lost, but locked, you know what I mean? And they will come and open the door. I never lived in like an apartment complex. I always lived, whatever. But they just simply come and open the door. So I don't know what kind of arrangement he got with these people that he's in business with, you know, as it pertains to where he lives at. But fam, what the hell made you that was just such an irresponsible ass decision. And then you just continue to escalate. I'm telling y'all, I'm having 2 different conversations because I'm telling you how, as humans, we just do stupid shit. But cops do stupid shit. But it's the same mentality that leads them to murder and brutalize American citizens. And then years later, 23 years later, when they've done it, they know how to lie better and get away with it. They have the cachet for their friends. They ain't just got 6 weeks on the job. They got 23 years worth of relationships with these people they're working with. So they have more of an umbrella to stand under and more of a wall to hide behind to have their crimes covered up. I'm having 2 different conversations here. I'm talking about irresponsibility on a minimal level and on some of the most horrendous levels we can think of. Because these are the type of cops that turn into. Let me get back to this dude. So first and foremost, your ass can't just go to work and shave right? And then you don't even know how to lie, fam. You went to Walmart. This is something that jumped out in my mind. Why? I don't know. Like, I know it isn't a huge thing. I've had, just the other week, I left something at the register in Walmart, and I asked them about it. All they had to do was walk in that little room, and they got the video. They can look at it within a matter of minutes. I'm just supposing, like, why in the hell? And one of the guys said it in the comments of the other video. Number one, did they throw this guy under the bus, and did they think to get the Walmart footage that quick? Why didn't they basically cover for him? It's like they already had it out for this guy. Like, was he we don't want him higher, so first thing he do to fuck we out of here? Is he hey man, we shouldn't even pass your ass through the academy, but we're gonna let you in, but you're doing it like what? Because we know when cops do far worse things, they cover for them. They don't fire them. And they even talking about maybe he would get these. They're gonna take it all the way to the decertification board when we just did a weekly wrap up. You can go check that video out where government officials were explaining how far the U.S. government, the policing and the government go to cover their bullshit and hide it from American citizens. They just hide it, and we're still investigating bureaucracy. I just always think about these stories when they throw cops under the bus and actually fire them. And a lot of times, I will say this too, the ones that get fired, number one, they be there like they haven't been there long, and number two, it be for the simplest things, man. But they do it. And I always wonder why when I always resort back to this question. Y'all know it if you watch me. We literally watch cops do far worse to the point where they murder Americans and they actually get protected and rewarded for it. All right, so your ass go to Walmart and pay for the joint, but I don't want to keep it. Then you even bring your mama into it. I had to call my mama, fam. All right, come on, big dog. But you are 21. I got to keep this in mind. And while keeping all that in mind and attaching it to, okay, that makes this juvenile as, behavior more understandable, because some of us way older than 21, 2 times, 3 times that, and we be acting that damn immature too. It makes it understandable, but on a serious note, once again, it just points back to these people who are in charge of appointing these young, immature adult children, young adults, that's what I'm looking for. Young adults, the ones who appoint them to these positions. And I said I had a curse on, and I already forgot your name, young lady, but I did have a curse on you for real. I said curse, a crush on you for real, because, I'm single. I can crush on what the hell ever I want to crush on. But she was like, he learned a lesson in morality, ethics or something. Yeah and no. Because just like, him telling the guy, don't make a big deal out of it, that should have been much more of a lesson than that, man. You see what I'm saying? Did you go back and tell the people who hired him, we have to be more accountable and more concerned and just more thoughtful about the people that we're placing out on the streets, American streets, among the civilians that we take oaths to protect and serve? We got to be more responsible about the people we're putting out there with weapons and authority. Did you go back to them and say that, Mr. 23 years worth of experience? I doubt it. And, as much as I was crushing on young lady, I still got to kind of give y'all a fail. I'm over being overly critical here, but I got to do it because it didn't occur to y'all to mention that either. The fact that, like, we have to talk about who's hiring these people and putting them in positions where they clearly aren't responsible enough to be in. Because once again, I'm going to be extreme one more time and get out of here. I don't just see an irresponsible officer losing his job over something absolutely ignorant and foolish and immature. I see irresponsible officers who never get caught, who bloom into officers that literally murder Americans. It's no small conversation with me, guys. If it was, I'd have been stopped making these damn videos. I don't get paid on it. I'd be sometimes tired. People like, you like to talk? I mean, yes and no. That's my third yes and no in this video, right? I like to do other shit too. These videos are work. But you know what else needs to be done? I think as much as God allows me to, man, and any of us to, what's going on in America, especially with our government and these people who've been given authority over us and paid with our money, we need to know what the hell they're up to and what they're doing all over our nation. And then any influence we have extended to the rest of the world so they remember to be aware too. And that's just my point of my message in this video, guys. It may seem extreme to some, but, watching another American murdered or, just attacked and brutalized by these cowards on TV once again, scrolling through your, whatever feed, and you just see it again and again and again all throughout our nation, that's extreme to me too. And for me, I would rather hear somebody say, hey, man, make sure you know who these cowards are and teach your children to know who these cowards are and just be aware while you live a joy-filled life. I'd rather hear that all day than hear about another American being terrorized by these domestic terrorists. I'm Trailhand Bill. Y'all be safe. I had to tell y'all that while I live in Miami story another time, Lord willing. I'm tired, y'all. I'm going to bed. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.